What's up everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about elective, medical elective, all that topic around. So if you haven't known what is medical elective and if you're not interested, just be sure to go into the channel and check the other videos about Tanzania or about China if you're interested. But today we're going to be dealing with medical elective issues because I'm a medical elective doctor / student. That's how they call us, right? Anyway, without further ado, we're going to be dealing with medical elective today. And this is kind of a personal video I'm going to be explaining, and it's going to be divided into five processes. The first thing is, what is medical elective and who is it for? What's going on? Challenges and what's next? All this coming up about medical elective. So without further ado, let's get started. Roll the intro. What is medical elective? So what you have to understand is oh my god, when you are actually from your high school, I want to take you back a little bit from when you are actually a high school student, either you or someone else, whoever is watching. So when you're a medical student, you really have this eager, like you really want to become a doctor, or yeah, probably you want to become a doctor and you're so like frustrated, like oh my god, I really want to become a doctor and my grades are low. Yeah, or maybe probably your grades are good, right? So this is kind of genuinely from Tanzanian perspective, but it does apply from other countries too, like Ukraine and others. I've seen that too. So I'll explain it first on the process, how it works. So what is medical elective before we go into deep things? Well, medical elective is a student / a doctor who, okay, wait, am I explaining this way? No. Let me figure out something very good. Okay, wait. What does Google say about medical elective? Let me just define it according to Google. What Google says is an elective is a period spent away from your medical school, often abroad. Many students say it's one of their most memorable experiences. The timing of the elective and how long it lasts depends on your medical school, but they are normally 6 to 12 weeks. Yeah, according to Google it's 6 to 12 weeks, but according to the reality sessions it's 1 year to 2 years, depending on the country. So according to me, my experience right now, it's 1 year. According to my school, it's 1 year. It's not 12 weeks maximum, no? That's just Google. Anyway, so I hope that did explain you something about the medical elective, because what I'm gonna tell you now is what's the real process behind the medical elective. So if you're actually planning to go and study medicine in your country, probably the big advice that excuse me, if you're actually planning to study medicine in any place, the big advice I would just tell you first, you need to understand, go and study medicine in your country. Like, don't go abroad. Don't mark me wrong, studying abroad is good. It's very, very good, and you enjoy everything, travel and all that stuff. But the first thing I would advise you first, if you can study the medicine in your country, please and please and please find the best university in your country and then study medicine in your country. Yeah, you had me right. Do I regret? And those I'll be telling you later. So the first thing, look for the best university in your country. Since you already know like what is medical elective and stuff, let's jump into the process of how the medical elective comes around, right? Because that is part of what is medical elective. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. So medical elective, you have first to finish your 5 years of medical school, the normal 5 years. That's like worldwide known, like you have to finish 5 years. Now after finishing 5 years, that's when things kind of get astray in different countries. Now if you're a person from Tanzania, you really understand this. If you did study the medicine in your country, lucky are you, because you will not have to pass through the medical elective, unless otherwise you have to go and study something else somewhere else. But if you're actually from studying in your country the 5 years of medicine, then you have to go through direct internship. But if you haven't studied medicine from your own country, that's when you have to pass through the medical elective, then you have to come to the internship. If that kind of makes sense. But though you may find is that the country that you went to study that medicine, they will be calling that elective as an internship. So it's kind of frustrating to understand those kind of terminologies, but that's how it is. From your country that you came from, it's gonna be called an elective, but from the country that you're studying, they're gonna call that internship. So you gotta have that in mind. And once you finish that elective, you'll have to go again another year for the internship. That's when you're gonna get registered into that country that you're doing internship. An internship is gonna be there for any country that's literally not recognizing your degree, as in not recognizing the university. There's a difference between recognizing the university and the degree. So you have to pass through that internship to introduce you to their environment and whatsoever is going on with their place, and then you can be registered on their country or probably like their community. So what happens here in Tanzania, if you study 5 years in medicine, then you have to go through the internship directly. If you only Tanzanian and if only you had studied medicine in Tanzania. But if you're not a Tanzania, no, what? But if you are, if you're not a Tanzania, or if you're a Tanzania who literally took his or her time to study abroad, when you come back here, you'll have to pass through the first 1 year of elective, and then from there you'll be passing through the hospital workouts the same as the person who's an intern. But the only difference between a medical elective and an intern is that medical elective you pay for this, and the internship they get paid. I think that kind of makes sense. The price that you actually pay for the medical elective on the national hospital level, it's like 2.4 million the moment right now, I know. 2.4 million, around that price. The Tanzania shillings, I'm gonna convert it to US dollars and just throw it on the screen. So that's the amount of price you'll be paying for the medical elective for 1 year. But for the internship, they get also paid around 1 point something M in a month. I think you can see the big difference. Like they get paid $1 million in a month, but you pay 2.4 in a year. That kind of makes sense. Anyway, the payment that is actually done for the internship is only for those who are actually Tanzanian, and that's just kind of the law here. Unless others go with the near future, maybe they change that, then there'll be good news for foreigners who are coming here to do internship. Apart from that, if you haven't seen my video about internship in Tanzania, be sure to check that out. It's in the channel, and I'm gonna keep the link. And if you haven't seen the video about medical elective, also I did all the things that despises me about. Just make sure you check that video in our channel as well. So I think that now you are aware of how the medical elective, probably you are in high school, you have like understood what is medical elective right now, and what's the best for you if you would like go for the medicine study in your country or not your country. I think now we can proceed to the other step, which is who is it for. So yeah, who is it really for? Is it for you or is it for me? Actually, I chose it without knowing that they'll be in the medical elective. Second part, who is it for? So medical elective is for anyone who is actually there outside, who has chosen to study medicine abroad. Yeah, if you have chosen to study medicine abroad, medical elective is yours. Despite you like it or not, it's going to consume even 1 year sometimes, or 2 years, depending on the place that you're going to study. So depending on the country, that's a choice you made. So I didn't choose medical elective. The medical elective chose me, because the moment I was going for my medical degree when I was done with high school, and the first thing you need to understand, why did I go to study abroad? Because I did advise you to study here. I mean, like there in your own country, or if it was me, I would study here. At that time when I was finishing, my results weren't bad. They weren't being really legitimately qualifying me to get a university here. And I was not chosen for a medical school here in Tanzania. Wait, what was I even chosen? I think I was chosen for pharmacy in Tanzania, I think. Something of that kind, I think so. I haven't forgotten. Maybe you should check in the internet and what was I chosen for. Probably I might get some weird answers there. So, but the thing is, so I wasn't like chosen for the medical, because here in Tanzania they kind of choose you to go to whatsoever thing you want to study for, but they don't choose exactly what you really want, because you give them the option that what you want. I gave them medicine, but they didn't choose my medicine. So I was like, oh no, I can choose something else, I have to go to the medicine. So who is it for? It's gonna be you right now, since at least I wish I knew though. I wish I kind of knew what's really all this issue about medical elective, but now I know. So I kind of give you an advice, so you don't have to face the same things that I faced. You don't have to choose the same option that I did, so you're gonna make it better. If I was given a chance, I wouldn't choose that. So the medical elective, it chose me, meaning that I wasn't that person who's gonna study here in Tanzania, so I had to study abroad. Then going abroad, coming back, realizing that I have to pass through medical elective. 1 whole goddamn year. Though my parents tell me like, hey, it's okay, so enjoy the process and have fun. Yeah, have fun. That's the truth. So that's the one. Like, who is it for? It's for you who's gonna choose to go study abroad, or anyone who is really wishing to pursue their medicine outside. Yeah, it's the same terminology. I know. I got it. Yep. This kind of personal question, like I get this answer, like what's going on, Oscar? What's going on? Like, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? This is what is going on. The thing is, I'll give you a short summary of a history of what really happened and what's going on right now. Some of the news that you're about to listen and some of the things that I'm about to tell you, I didn't tell anyone, and I'm about to tell them online. Why? I have no idea. But since those news are kind of past, so I could just let you know. I'm not obligated to anything, right? Yeah, so what really happened is when I was in the third year, I think it's the second semester, we did have to come back because of the corona thing. I came back personally. I came back to Tanzania. So during that time, I used to have friends who would tell me, like the ones who are on a upper year than me, they would be like in their country and they'll be like, yo, we are doing this and this in the hospital. And I was like, oh my god, I don't know, oh my god, I'm gonna be there like you guys. They really inspired me a lot and I was so jealous about it. What I'm gonna do myself then? I can't just stay inside because at that time we had corona, so we weren't able to go to the hospital. And if you weren't able, you like get out of condition and you just stay inside. I really got fat. Even this body fat thing really got me when I was staying inside during coronavirus. Yep, during that time. So what really happened is I came back during the third year, second semester, after finishing second semester. So then I had an online classes for like 2.5 years. The third year, fourth semester. Then on the fourth year and the fifth year, I was like, no, I can't stay. I can't stay at home because at the time that's when like the coronavirus had like started like going away and it was seen as a normal thing. So then I really had to start looking for hospital. Yeah, I got discouraged, so much discouraged when I was looking for the hospital because people would like underestimate. People studied from China. That's just honesty. And yeah, that's really what happened. So I did my best in looking for the hospital and this and this and this, and so those were actually a couple years ago. So I did my best looking until at the end I got to the hospital to practice, and then I was allowed to go into the hospital. And even I did actually some of the videos, and you should just check that out on the channel in the shorts. Actually, I think I did, and actually I even did I did a video on a medical student day. Yeah, I remember I did a video on a medical student day and I even posted it here in the channel. So we should check that out. It's in the channel, so it's like the daily routine. And that was as a medical student. So I have a plan of doing like a medical elective routine video. If you really think it's a good idea, let me know down in the comment section. So I'm gonna do that. Like yeah, that's the thing I'm gonna do. So that's what really happened at that time. So I did my like what's that? Like the rotation of student rotation, like for 2 years. The fourth year and the fifth year I did that. Really got some good experience that were like really perplexing, though it was like using a lot of energy because coping with the environment on all the things, just breathing them all in, and at the same time attending online classes, and at the same time making sure that you have done the examination, the assignment. Like, it was really frustrating, but thanks to God I passed and everything is okay. Thanks to God I passed and I'm glad I'm here. So what's happening now? Yeah, that's the thing. That was what was going on. I think I did explain everything. Yeah, coming up to this last year. Right? So now I'm in I've finished those 5 years, and then now I'm in the medical elective, the 6th year. Now people came to ask me like, are you a student? Are you a doctor? I'm like, this is medical elective. Call it whatever you wanna call it. Like, it's either medical elective or medical student, medical doctor, whatever name you name it, but it's just medical elective. So the thing is, this 6th year is the medical elective year. As I told you guys, it chose me, I didn't choose it. And not in a bad way. I'm happy, I'm enjoying, and right now currently I have finished my medical elective. Finally, yeah, clap hands. I have finished my medical elective. But the moment I'm making this video, probably I'm waiting for my logbook to be signed. So when we finish like the medical elective thing, we have to submit the logbook, and they have to like sign the department, like those HOD, head of department, they have to sign. So now I'm waiting for my logbook to come, and then I'll be done. So like I'm done, but I'll be going to the hospital still because I did want to learn more and get some more experience for the national hospital that I am right now. So I did request. I hope they're gonna say yes, and I'll be going again just to get the experience in helping out so as I may not be able to forget all the hospital issues. And then I told you guys I want to tell you something that is really sensitive that I haven't told anyone. Here it comes. Here it comes. Hear me out. Hear me out. Though these decisions were made, but they really were made heavily. At that time I was really frustrated, for real. Like, it was really frustration. So currently people are going back in China. Yes, you heard me correctly. Currently people are going back to China to graduate. But then our university gave us an option. Like, if you want to stay and do the last exam online, or if you want to go back there and then you can graduate too. I personally chose to stay. Oh my god, I'm even saying this online. Yeah, I personally chose to stay in Tanzania so as I can fix, because we have this thing after internship. We do have that duration whereby we have like, we're just roaming around getting the license and stuff, and then also like trying to look for a job here to here and that. So I'll have that time, and I was going to be frustrated on getting some cash into my pockets and getting busy. So since I have an advantage, and currently at the moment I'm making this video, we are not eligible to start our internship on December. We have to start next year on April. Yeah, there's so many 6 months there, Gabe. So those 6 months, Gabe, maybe I could find something that I could do. Okay, this my parents know. Like, I'll do something there, so it's probably that's a business or something. I don't know. Come up with some ideas. Work on this YouTube channel until, oh my god, work so much harder on this YouTube channel so as it grows. Please, just subscribe if you're still watching. So, like, I would work on the channel until then, or do other things then those things. Actually, my point is getting to some sort of a business which actually can generate money so as I can invest back to the channel. Yeah. And then the business can run itself. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'll keep you updated of what I'm gonna do. So then the point back is medical elective. So I had a really hard time a couple months ago. I didn't share it to anyone. I didn't tell the people who actually they really don't know me much, but they would give their honest thoughts of what I should do. I did share that, and they gave their options, and they gave their ideas. Thanks to them. Can't mention their names, but they gave their options and they just gave me some like ideas. So yeah, I think that's it. Like, I had to choose a decision, which is a very hard decision. I didn't tell anyone if I was going to have to stay in Tanzania and not go to graduate in China, or if I'm going to like go to China and graduate. But still the same, like going there, I'm gonna have to deal with the exam, and I'm gonna do it anyway. And if it's staying here, I'm gonna have to do the examination and do everything here. Like, there's no any choice, there's no difference. The difference that is like going to China or staying here. So I thought, like, if it's going to China for a travel, I would just do it as long as my channel grows up and we're going to get back in line and trying to travel around. So like that was not the reason to convince me to go there. But it was a very tough time. That's something I even tell my parents that I was having that decision. I just told them straightforward, like, hey, now we're gonna have to do, because I didn't want them to make that decision for me. So if there's any consequence that will come around, I have to face them on my own. And I hope no more consequences that will come. Yeah, sometimes I think of that decision though, if it really was worth it. But I think I have an instinct that it's gonna be worth it. And I'm gonna work on myself so much so as I will not even have some issues when I'm done. And I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna do that. Anyway, that's what actually really happened, and I wanted to tell you guys about the issue of something I didn't tell my parents. It's very heavy. It's very, very heavy. You know, I need to give information to my parents, everything. So that's what's going on. Let's get to the challenges of medical elective. Challenges, like, you know, everything has got a positive and negative. So positive and negative, but my disadvantage of medical elective. Let's get there. Challenges of medical elective. As you may know, then like everything has got an advantage and disadvantage. So first I want to start with the disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage of being a medical elective, as you name it. Medical elective doctor, medical student, whatsoever. What's not medical student? A medical elective student. Depends though. So many people, like, they just call that student. Yeah, that's the first disadvantage I'm talking about. You will not be given the name of a doctor. They will name you as a student. Most of the nation, I think it's my personal experience in the national hospital, they don't recognize you as a medical doctor, medical elective doctor. Yeah, that's how they sometimes name it. Elective. They say elective student, so they call us elective student. But we are finished with the 5 years, because this is what I understand. When you're in the first year until the 5th year, you are a student. But when you're done with the 5 years, that means you are a doctor. So either you can be an elective doctor, or you can be an intern doctor, or a registered doctor. So those 3 things. But when you're done with your 5 years, you are here in the intern doctor or medical elective doctor. Sorry. So here, probably a good example in my place here where I'm having my rotation in National Hospital, they call it elective student. I am not saying it's a bad name. Do I have bothering myself? Am I bothered with that? I'm okay. But some people may find it discomfort because, you know, when you're a student and they'll be like, so you're in which year? So you're in which year? No, like the first question they'll ask you, like, sorry, you're a medical student? No, we are elective doctors. Okay, call us elective student then. Because I'm not bothered, but I'm just trying to say, like, we are done with the 5 years. I think most people don't really understand this terminology of medical elective stuff. So I think this video is gonna help out people who actually wish to know about the medical elective. Even if you're not a medical elective, probably you need to tell if you're actually looking to, like, if you want, like, your student, no, if you want your son or daughter to go and study abroad, please, before, watch this video until the end, because there are things that you need to understand. These are things. I think I should make that as the intro first. Yeah, I think we should make it. So let me finish, then I'll repeat that. So the thing is, the challenges, the negative side is that side. Like, that side, it's not really good for somebody, but they'll be really despised because they'll be treated in a way. Though sometimes it's kind of a good thing, because when you're a student, they kind of hit you with the homeworks and stuff, so you're gonna go and learn. Compared to the internship, the interns doctors, they do kind of a lot of working parts rather than the studying part. Though they do get the time for studying, but most of the time they get the working done rather than the studying done. If that kind of makes sense. So you're a student, more of the study done rather than the working done. That kind of makes sense. Hope it does. Anyway, yeah, those are the challenges. And another challenge of medical elective doctor or student, the challenge that you'll be getting is you have a long duration of a year. Trust me, 1 year is not small. I am done with that year and I know how it feels. 1 year is not small. 1 year is very long. So what I would advise you is, I'm giving you an advice. I'm in the challenges first. Let me just chill first. I think the next point is gonna be the advice. So then, that's the thing you need to understand. Like, the 1 year duration is not small, and since you're gonna meet different kind of people with different attitude, the way they treat students, it's gonna be different with the interns. So sometimes you have to know that you're gonna get inferior and you're gonna feel frustrated. But it's all okay. You have to bear with that. You have passed through a lot, and I believe until you're surviving, you became the winner of the race. I won't speak what race, but yeah. So you have passed through a lot, and you'll make it up. So those are the small challenges that are here. They're not much. There's not much of the challenges that you would speak about that they would really force you not to choose medicine, but those are the things that you need to understand. If you have any question though, just let me know down if you're actually about to go for a medicine in study abroad or in your country. Just let me know. Maybe we can share some good ideas, right? Yeah. Before you actually choose to study abroad, or if you wanna choose to study, so before you choose to study abroad medicine, please and please watch this video until the end, because I am sure you literally don't understand anything, or if you do, you just know a little bit about the medical doctor / elective student. All that terminology. You might have Googled, or you didn't even Google, I don't know. But that is something that you need to understand before you start your medical degree in abroad or medical degree in your country. Please and please watch this video and understand all this. Right? What's next? Yeah, what's next? So what options do I have? What am I gonna do with all this medicine and stuff? So the options that I have, I can choose to, since I finished the elective here, I'm gonna get my degree from China and then I'll be done. You can do this thing. You can either choose to go in another country and then like pursue medicine and then not do the internship in Tanzania. That's your choice. You can do that. So I can do that. So, and the other choice that I have, I can either continue continue the internship here in Tanzania, then I'll be done with my internship. Then I'll be registered as a doctor here in Tanzania too. So I'll be registered in China and Tanzania. I think that's how it works. Yeah. But personally, I think I might have to finish the internship here in Tanzania too. If I might change the decision, I'll let you know. But that's the thing. That's what I'm gonna be like finishing up with. Then until 2024, I think that's when it's gonna be done. It's really 2 years more. 2 years down the line. Looks long, right? Yeah, it is long. So anyway, that's what's next. And I think if there's anything that I think that you should know about the medical elective, I should just let you know. But I just remember that I have something to tell you guys, and let me pop it right now. And then yeah, let's pop it and hear this guy what he has to say.
To give a little bit of an update of what's really going on. So for those who have been following up, we actually had started on this YouTube channel like a couple years ago. I think it was in 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I started this channel in order to inspire people on traveling. Though at the same time, I'm still having my medical studies continue. Those of you who have been following up, we did have like a channel update since the first channel was terminated, and it was in 2021, 2020 I think. So the first name, I will not say it, but I'll just show it down, was terminated. So from that channel, it took me like a couple months to restart again. So now we started again, and I was waiting until we reach 1,000. That's when I'm gonna make this video to give kind of an overview of what's really happening with this channel. So currently I'm doing the traveling issues, and also I'm hoping that I could come and do the internship in Tanzania and all the medical school issues in Tanzania. But at the same time, I would really love for people who really wish to pursue their dreams to get inspired of what I'm doing. So if you see those updates of medical issues, know that it's for those who actually wish to know more things about the medical stuff. Then, as you can see right now, we're in the night shift, so there's so many things I'll be telling you guys into updates, and also if there's anything about Tanzania and traveling and culture stuff, I'll be telling you. And hoping later, sometime to come, we'll be also traveling to other places, maybe abroad or somewhere, just like what we used to do in China. So that's kind of like a little update I want to tell you. And if there is any more updates, I don't know if they say. I think I'm thanking so much for those who have been supporting, and they have been really generous. And thanks for sharing my videos. I've seen that some of you have been sharing my videos. I'm really glad so. So I hope you guys, this channel might be very useful to you. So if you have any case, or if you have any question and suggestion of any kind of video that you want to see in Tanzania, make sure to leave the comment to ask in the comments, and I'll be right there answering all of them. So apart from that, let's get this channel to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm super happy. If there's anything else I'm gonna add up just in this video.
So thank you so much, guys. I'm sure you guys understood everything about medical elective. If in case you're interested, if you actually want to take your child to study medicine abroad, yes, be sure to watch this video. Yeah, until then, make sure to comment down below. Tell me what you haven't understood. Tell me anything that you need to know about medical elective or anything about Tanzania. Until then, keep traveling, enjoy the life, and yeah, go and study. Studies are never ending, so even I will not stop studying. No, maybe when I'm old, but just challenging myself to different kind of studies. Maybe this, but till then,